What's up, everybody? AFC East Win Totals. We are back with another win total video. If you haven't checked out last week's video, I did release it Saturday. It's the AFC North Win Totals. Check it out, give it a like, share it. We're not far away from the NFL season, right? So we want to start getting the future investments in before, maybe the lines change or anything. And it gets you ready for the season, gets you prepared for the season, and, what to look out for by each team. That's what I'm trying to do here for you guys. So hopefully you are enjoying these videos. I'll be doing them all the way up until the season. And then, of course, my videos will come out each week for the season, my plays, best bets, and everything, just like last year. AFC East, the division that has been dominated, obviously, by the Patriots, right? They won 11 divisional titles in a row. And I think it's 17 out of the last 20. So we know in this division clearly. But I think times are changing, guys. Times are changing in New England. This year may be a little different. This division will be a battle between two teams. All right, two teams. It's going to be the Pats versus the Bills for the AFC East. And the lines will tell you that, right? I'll be breaking down each team heading into the season and going over win totals with you guys. Please like this video, share with friends, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It does help me out a lot. Click that notification button that allows you and tells you when a new video is out, and it'll be greatly appreciated. Let's get into the division win. Let's get first into the win division numbers here. So we got Pats at plus 110, Bills plus 145, and then Jets and Dolphins at plus 800. It's not something you want to look at to win the division. It's going to be the top two. Now I'm going to go over everything in a minute by team, but if you want to look at here, I like to look at obviously what the public's backing. I usually like to fade the public, and that's why I'm successful doing this. But according to odds checkers, people are backing the Bills slightly here, and it's hard to disagree. The value is with them at plus 145. They obviously did get better over the offseason, which I'll discuss shortly. And this may be the worst Pat team for years. So I think this is Buffalo's chance to win the division. They are an up-and-coming young team. They looked great last year. So I'm going to jump on them at plus 145 to win this division. Let's get right into it. We're going to start with the Buffalo Bills, who I have at plus 145. I did make an investment on them already to win the division. Last season, 10-6. And the Bills win total here is 8.5. Last year, 10-6. Why I think the numbers like that? They didn't get worse, but I think the strength of schedule may be a little tougher. If you look here, 2020 strength of schedule, it is the 5th toughest schedule. 5.25 win percentage with their opponents. Let's look at their schedule, though, right? Looking at the schedule is very important. I have it out here for you guys to look at. Now, a good start for them versus Dolphins and Jets, right? So I do think they start off 2-0 there, followed by the Rams and Oakland. So I think it's favorable for them at the start, right? I do see them starting 3-1, possibly 4-0. I'm thinking maybe the Rams game or that Oakland away, right? That Oakland away could be tricky. Sorry. In this case, it's the Vegas Raiders now. I'm going to keep forgetting that. But, yeah, so I think they go 3-1, 4-1. Then it gets a little tougher if we look at it here. Tennessee Titans on the road. That's a tough one. But, yeah, they can pull that off. KC at home, yeah, that's going to be a loss in my opinion. And then back-to-back wins against the Jets and New England. Then you got a tough one at home against Seattle, but they could win that at home. Go on the road against Arizona, San Diego, all winnable games. Then back at home versus Pittsburgh, very winnable. Denver, winnable. And then the last two games are winnable at Pats and Miami. So I see them, that 8.5 total I think is a bit low. Just looking at the schedule here, it doesn't really look like the fifth toughest schedule. Doesn't look like a crazy schedule to me, and it is the easiest out of the four in the division, which we'll be going over. Let's go over some key additions for this team. Key additions, obviously wide receiver Stephon Diggs. He's their big signing. Great, one of the better wide receivers I think in the league, especially for the deep ball. I think that's a good signing. Linebacker Mario Addison, another linebacker AJ Klein, defensive tackle Vernon Butler, defensive tackle Quentin Jefferson, and cornerback Josh Norman. So pretty active signing players, trading players. Key losses, they lost the defensive tackle Jordan Phillips, defensive end Shaq Lawson, a little bit of a loss there, and then obviously the veteran Frank Gore. Some key draft players that Buffalo brought in. Obviously their second round pick. No first round pick for the Buffalo Bills, but they got AJ Epinaza early, defensive end. He can rush the passer. Looks like a good kid. And their second round pick, running back Zach Moss, who should be able to be a good one-two punch with Singletary. I gave them a B- just because there's no first round pick. And just from what I was reading and going over each pick, a couple of reaches, starting with Jack Fromm. Yeah, I give them about a B-. That's my rating with the draft. Nothing crazy, right? They didn't get anyone glaring. Zach Moss could be great for them. And then obviously AJ, good pass rusher, defensive end there. I'll go over the pick here. You guys probably know what I'm going to be on, but I think Allen should take another step forward this season. He added help in the backfield with Moss, right? Like I mentioned, and then also the better wideouts in the game, especially for the deep ball, and that is what he does. Allen, he likes to throw the deep ball, so Diggs is going to help spread the field for Allen's big arm, and we know their D is solid, right? So I'm gonna get them up to 10 wins again. Low end 9, possibly 11. I don't see 11, but yeah, I'm thinking 9 and 7, 10 and 6, and they will get over that 8.5. So I put an investment already over 8.5. You can shop around for a better price. You see 160 out there. I got it earlier at 150. I don't love the price, but you got to lay it because I do think they are going to go over 8.5 wins. Next team up, we got the Patriots. The brand new looking Patriots. Last season, 12-4. This year is probably one of the lowest totals I've seen for a while on them. Total 9, minus 110. Strength of schedule, let's take a look at their schedule here. Toughest in the league, guys. 5.37 win percentage, opponents win percentage. Quick glance and look at their schedule here. Tough opponents on the board to start off, especially week 2 at Seattle, KC week 4 at KC, and then back-to-back tough games against San Francisco and then Buffalo on the road. Could be a rocky start for the Pats. It doesn't get too much easier, guys. Baltimore, Houston, mid-November, right? Arizona, winnable game. We got the Chargers and then Rams. Tough games. They're both on the road as well, so I see them maybe splitting there. And then Miami, they always struggle with Miami. This is a different team as well. It's not the same Pats team. And then Buffalo again, and then Jets maybe to get a win to round out the season. Let's look at the key additions here. They added Allen, defensive tackle, safety Adrian Phillips, and then a backup Hoyer. I don't know if that's really a key addition, but he's a veteran guy. Key losses, and obviously key addition, Cam Newton. It's not on this list here, but obviously Cam Newton is one of the key additions. Key losses, obviously Brady, linebacker Kyle Van Noy. Big loss for them in the middle. Jamie Collins, another veteran guy that's been with them for a while. Defensive tackle Danny Shelton. And then obviously Gronk. So a lot of big names, a lot of key losses. And then let's look at their opt-outs too, right? Pat's highest opt-outs in the league with 8. Some noticeable names on the opt-out list: Dante Hightower, Patrick Chung. That's more defensive guys on top of their key losses, right? Brandon Bolden, he gets some play, he gets some runs and plays out of the backfield. And then Marquise Lee, a new guy they added, who, you know, he could work in the right system. So this could be a big issue for them, guys. And, you know, how obviously is Cam Newton gonna adapt? I think they're short on linebackers as well. But, you know, Belichick will figure something out. You know, he always does with any personnel that he has. Draft grade, give him a C+. No first rounders, right? But 5 picks in the next 2 rounds. I don't love the back-to-back tight ends pick. I know a lot of teams try to play 2 tight ends on the field, but, you know, the 2 tight ends they drafted, I'm not in love with them. Both in round 3 too. They draft a kicker in the 5th round. Obviously, they do need a kicker, but, you know, I don't think drafting a kicker in the 5th round is smart. It's gonna be tough to predict how Cam Newton will play this season, guys. But definitely a good signing by them, right? Low risk, as they needed a QB badly. I did see him going there. This schedule is ugly, but it does get better later on, and they could get some wins later on. But I'm gonna leave it alone from an investment standpoint as of now. But if I had to play it, I would be on the under 9. I think it could push on 9, maybe 8 and 8. But it's not a strong play for me. I'm not going to have an investment as of yet. It's just going to be an interesting season for the Pats and to watch and see how they play. Let's get into the Jets here. The New York Jets, 6.5 minus 110 last season, 7-9. Strength of schedule, toughest in the league. 5.33 win percentage, opponents win percentage. Starts on the road with a loss to the Bills, in my opinion. If you look at their first 9 games, they can technically lose them all, guys. I don't think they will. They may get a win versus Arizona there. Or Chargers, but I wouldn't be surprised if they started 1-8 or 2-7, right? Look at their schedule: Bills, San Fran, Colts away, Denver at home against Denver, but Denver's better this season. Arizona, Chargers, they could win that on the road, but then Buffalo, KC, New England. A tough schedule, guys. Very tough schedule. Let's look at some key additions for this team. Added an offensive tackle, George Fant, center Connor McGovern, cornerback Pierre Desire, and wide receiver Brandon Pierman. Brashard Pierman. I should know him. He obviously was on Baltimore. He was a bust there. Key losses: cornerback Tremaine Johnson, Robbie Anderson. They lost their deep threat. Jamal Adams, their key loss, the safety, the trade to Seattle. C.J. Mosley opted out. That's huge. I know he didn't play much because he was injured last year, but he's a solid linebacker, and obviously a big loss for them. But Jamal Adams is a big loss, but what they got in return was worth it, right? Jets are going to be good soon. Let's just put it like that. Just not. Take a look at their draft here. Solid first-round tackle in Becton. They need O-line, and they did get O-line. Added wide receiver help with Denzel Mims. A lot of guys are high on him. I give him about a B+, A-, because they addressed their O-line needs even in the offseason. And they got a possible star, a wide receiver. Yeah, so I think their draft was pretty solid all around. Becton landed to them. So we'll see how he does. A lot of people were high on Becton. Some people had him as the number 1 offensive lineman. Just too many big losses for this team. I don't see them winning 7 again. 7-9. I think they overachieved there, and especially with this schedule. So I think they'll be back to winning maybe 5 or 6 games. So I'm going to be on the under 6.5 minus 110. I already do have an investment on them, and I do like that a lot. Miami Dolphins. Miami to end out this video and the AFC East win totals. 6 is the total, even money. Last season, 5-11. 5-11. Strength of schedule. Third toughest in the league, guys. Third toughest in the league. Opponents win percentage, 5.29. Tough schedule for the Dolphins. You got the Pats, Bills, Seahawks, 49ers, and the 5. Right, so they can obviously go 1-4, easily. I don't think they would get a win on any of those teams, to be honest. Maybe the Pats early. That is their first game here, right? Yeah, Pats is their first game, so never know, they can pull that out, but I don't see them winning the next 3. They can get a win over Detroit. Where is that? Detroit in the third game? Sorry, that's a preseason game. Jacksonville. They can get a win over Jacksonville there, but it's a tough schedule, right? Then it goes into Denver, San Diego, or LA, sorry, the Rams, Arizona, and they got that bye. A couple winnable games with Bengals, Jets, but then it ends with KC, New England, Oakland, and then Buffalo. It's going to be tough. Let's look at some of their key additions. Cornerback, Byron Jones. Linebacker, Kyle Van Noy stole from the Pats. Defensive end, Shaq Lawson stole from the Bills. They're stealing from the division. Guard, Eric Flowers. Defensive end, Emmanuel Ogbah. Running back, Jordan Howard. Some impressive names there, guys. They went out and spent money this offseason. Key losses, none. I personally didn't see a couple articles I read. There wasn't any key losses, so I'm going to roll with that. Draft 3 first-round picks, guys. 3 first-round picks in the draft. A couple of them maybe a little questionable, but hey, when you get 3 first-round picks, you can maybe take a chance or 2. But I think they got their QB of the future. I like Tua. I think it was a good draft pick. In my draft video, if you watched that, I did have a great video. We did go 5-1. I had Tua going 5 to Miami. We cashed on that. I gave him a grade A-, not a full grade due to some maybe bold choices, not a full A, but they had 3 first-round picks. Just a couple of maybe a little bold. So that's why I didn't give him a full A. So yeah, let's face it, guys. The schedule is rough. How long will it take for Tua to adapt? Right, that's a question as well. Great signings. They spent a lot of money. Just not too sure. Will it show right away? I don't have a strong investment here, and I haven't made an investment yet on this number. But I would lean the under. May push at 6. I don't have anything strong on it as of yet, but I would lean the under and would take the under just because it's a lot of new guys on the team. And how is Tua going to play? There's a lot of question marks surrounding this team. I think they're going to be good in the future. But I just think there's a lot of question marks. I'm going to leave it for now. But if you do guys want to, play that, look at the under. All right, guys, that is going to do it for the video. I'll have another video next Saturday. We'll be going over another AFC team and their win totals. Hope you are enjoying these videos. Please like, subscribe, share. Feel free to comment as well. Let me know your picks, or if you don't if you disagree with something. I love to comment and go back and forth with you guys. Yeah, so look out for my video next week. Obviously UFC, and then when the season starts, I'll be doing a video each week along with UFC. So we're gonna keep busy, keep pumping out the content. Hope you guys are enjoying it. And like I always say, guys, bet smart and know your limits. Take care.